Hi everybody, this is Tom, and in this video I'm going to be talking about a topic called why you aren't making any progress. So this is essentially looking at you trying to achieve your goals, trying to get where you want to be in life, but not actually feeling like you're making any progress. And even though you feel really busy all the time, you're constantly active, you're constantly doing things, you don't seem to be able to make any progress towards your goals. So let's start by looking at what is the problem here. And whenever you're trying to come up with a solution, trying to figure out how to achieve things or to do things, you have to really clearly identify what the problem is. So this is you here, and these are your goals or your ambitions, what you want to achieve in life. So this could be anything from career goals, learning some kind of, let's say, instrument or a language or some new skill, even finding a partner, starting a family, anything you want to achieve in life, buying a house, making so many savings or investments or whatever it is. These are your goals. This is where you want to be. And in order to get from here to where your goals are, you have a whole bunch of work. So it's pretty much unavoidable. Anything that you want in life is going to take some work. You can't really, most things won't just be given to you. And if they are given to you, to be honest, they won't feel as satisfying and you won't feel like you've achieved anything. And that sense of, satisfaction from getting something is always greater if you've put in work to get there, if it's come off your own back. This is the same as, if you have to do some exercise and then you eat something, that thing that you eat will taste so much better because you'll feel like you've kind of earned it in a sense. So this is a universal application. But what happens is there's a whole bunch of things that are just getting in the way. And these are things that are working against you. They're actually stopping you from achieving your goals and your ambitions. What are these things? Well, they're silly, little, simple, easy tasks. Kind of pointless stuff. So this is like email, admin, forms, cooking, cleaning, shopping, social media. Let's add messages. All these WhatsApps you have to answer. All these direct messages you have to answer. All these things are working against you. The problem with all of these things is they keep you busy. So you feel like you should be making progress. You're working constantly all day long, but and your brain is constantly active, constantly doing things. You have to make loads of decisions, but you're not making any progress towards your goals. Here is a statement that I think about all the time. You will die eventually, could be many, many years in the future, with, let's add this, tasks on your to-do list. So all of these things will never go away. You will never finish all of these tasks that you need to do. I could sit here and make a list of tasks and admin things that are going to keep me busy for the next 20 years. If I try and, for example, I've said this in a previous video, but if I'm at home and I try and keep the house clean and tidy, because I have kids, those kids will generate housework faster than I can do it, which means the house will never be tidy and I'll be busy for every hour that they're awake, which means, this could take up my entire life. The other thing is, anytime you do any project, So if you start a new project, you come up with a new idea, a new thing that you want to do, you want to learn a new language, you want to pass an exam, you want to further this career project, any project will create an admin cost with these simple tasks. So all of these little tasks, anytime you come up with a new goal or ambition, this will generate a ton of these little simple tasks that will keep you busy and prevent you from doing the work. So what is the solution here? The solution is to do the work first. So prioritize the work and be intentionally neglectful of some of these small, simple tasks that will just suck up your time. So the solution is do the hard things. Let's do the hard work first. So what do I mean? So let's say this is your day here. This represents a cup of all the time that you have in your day. And there is this big task that will take up a big chunk of your time and energy and effort in the day. And this big task is the thing that's going to progress you towards your goal. So fill your day with this hard task that's going to actually make you progress towards your goals. And then when you've filled your day with that task, so you've made that the top priority. So for me today, this video was one of these big hard tasks that's going to progress my ambitions of, building this YouTube channel and this community and sharing these ideas. So this is a big, important task for me to do and to make sure it gets done. I have a million of these simple little tasks that need to be done as well. And they're all sat here in my to-do list. And I'm going to try and squeeze a few of these tasks around the side in the corners where they fit around this big task. And I'll be able to squeeze a few in there and get a few done, but there'll still be lots left over. And so I'm not going to be able to do these tasks, but I will get some of them done. But the important thing is I make the progress on the big task. So let's do this again. This is you. These are your goals. So today, I'm going to get this big, difficult task done, which is to record this video, edit it, and put it online. I'll get a couple of these little tasks done, but they're working against you. They're actually taking you further away from your goals. And if you get them done, what happens is instead of working backwards, you just end up in the same spot. So this little task, if you manage to do it, it kind of cancels itself out. If you leave a lot of these tasks, if you don't do them, often they either just go away, they disappear on their own, or you can do them another day. They're not particularly important. Obviously, there's some like this morning I sat down for 2.5 hours and did a bunch of tax return stuff and managed to get all that done. That needed to be done. There was a deadline. I'd get in trouble with the tax authorities if I didn't do it, and they'll create some serious ramifications. So I had to get it done. But there's a bunch of little things that are all hanging over my head: uploading content, making small changes, edits, corrections, blah, blah, blah. There's lots of these things that are all sat there waiting for me to do. I'll get to them eventually, but at the minute, I'm focused on this one big difficult task, which is recording this video. And this, because I'm doing this task, is actually bringing me closer to the goals. The little things that I do, they're just kind of maintenance. They're just, when I do them, I don't really make any progress towards any goals. Here's the issue. If you take your day and you fill it, if you start filling it with these little tasks, there's no space for this big task. Won't fit. It can't fit because this day is full of all these little pointless tasks that will ultimately not make you any progress, and you may just end up dying with these on your to-do list anyway in decades' time. So let's look at an example of this. So an example could be this is you, and you're studying for an exam. And your ultimate goal is to build the knowledge needed to pass that exam and get whatever kind of diploma or qualification is involved in that exam. So the big task is to sit down and learn the content. And I've given you all the strategies, or many of the strategies on this channel already, about read and recall, testing sandwich, spaced repetitions, and so on. They are the big difficult task that you'll be tempted to put off because it's hard. It's much easier to do these little tasks. The little tasks that won't make you much progress are things like organizing, notes, making flashcards, let's say revision schedule. So making a big schedule of your revision, buying stationery, highlighting. You get the idea. So you've got all these little tasks that will make you feel productive, make you feel like you're doing stuff and you're making progress and you're busy. And at the end of the day, you get into bed and you think, oh, wow, today I had such a productive day. But if you spend all your time doing these things and none of your time doing this big, difficult, hard task that you're putting off, you won't really make any progress. So all of that is to just say, you probably know what that hard task is, what that difficult task is. It's that thing that you're putting off. You've got this ultimate ambition and goal in life. You know there's difficult things that you need to do to get to your goal. And you're filling your time, potentially filling your time with all these little things that keep you busy, but don't actually make you any progress. Have some, make sure you're filling the bulk and most difficult, most productive period of your time with these difficult tasks. Prioritize those, do those things first, get them done, and make the progress. And then even if the rest of the day you don't do anything, you've made more progress than spending 14 hours doing these kind of little tasks that don't really make any progress and don't make you any, don't bring you too many benefits. I hope that video was helpful. Relatively short one to share what is an important concept and something that will change you from being an extremely busy but unproductive person to a potentially not very busy but very productive person. I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. And you can find a nice version of these notes so you can quickly review what we went through in this video and start applying these principles to your own life to make real progress on the Zero to Finals Patreon. And there's a link in the video description below.